Hey folks, this video is a highlight from my Twitch channel. I did a couple segments talking about the progress that you can make on the hardcore server with Cannith crafting. If you're already into Cannith crafting, you're probably already aware of this, but if you're a little bit newer to it, or maybe you just didn't realize, like, without a whole bunch of Cannith crafting levels and a whole bunch of ingredients, you can make some very significant progress with just the stuff you're grinding out along the way. Let me show you some examples of some things that I made on the hardcore server. Look at this: bracers with dodge 7, resistance 6. Double slotted, got a sapphire protection. I just farmed that sapphire out from Giant Hold. The traders there have a lot of really awesome augments that you can get just with the relics that you get from the rare chests in Giant Hold. Look at this ring that I crafted. Constitution 8, Dexterity 8. Is that beautiful? It's wonderful for hardcore. I've got it slotted up with feather falling and the sapphire defense 16. The defense sapphires, that's MRR and PRR. And the augments, since they were rescaled, is really competitive with what you can find on named gear or craft even. So I got that for just some relics from Giant Hold. I also crafted this cloak here. It's got spell save 6, intimidate 15. Really nice, helpful stuff on hardcore without, I didn't have to buy anything from the store. And in the video I show, all along the way. This is not a full tutorial about how to, Cannith craft. If you're looking for that, I have that on my YouTube channel. I'll put links in the video description. I also have videos shows you how to level quickly and efficiently. But I do touch on that stuff here, but it's mostly geared toward hardcore, and you're gonna want to look at those other videos if you're looking for a more thorough explanation. If you're not aware, Cannith crafting is in the best place it's been in years because of the whole balance pass and stat squish and stuff. You see, when Cannith crafting first came out many years ago, or this most recent version of it, it was like Cannith crafting's power was here and the power curve was here, so it was producing like end game stats. But over the years, the power curve creeped forward and forward and forward, leaving Cannith crafting in the dust. Well, because of the whole stat squish and the balance pass and stuff, the power curve is right back there where Cannith crafting is, so it's actually producing end game stats again. And so, as always, Cannith crafting is a wonderful wonderful for leveling gear. Gap filler as well, and can even be a gap filler at endgame. You could even craft full endgame gear sets with it, although it wouldn't be best in show, but it would be viable. So if you now is a great time to get into Cannith crafting. If you never got into it, it's easy, it's fun, and if you haven't visited the live stream yet, I hope you'll check it out soon. I've been live streaming Hardcore Season 5 every day. And I haven't played hardcore since Season 1. This is the first time ever doing the favor grind. And I'm having a lot of fun grouping with channel viewers from other servers that I might never have otherwise grouped with. Because, in the Hardcore League, people come from all the different servers to play together on the one hardcore server. And that's just been great. And my Twitch channel is also getting really close to qualifying for Twitch partner status. So right now we're at a point where like every view counts. We just need to get our average viewership bumped up a little higher. So like I said, if you haven't checked us out over on Twitch yet, I hope you'll check it out soon. And please enjoy this video about Cannith crafting on the hardcore server. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and clear up my inventory. So I spent really not even this whole past week, really about midweek, I decided I was going to start deconstructing all my junk just to see if I could make any progress here with my crafting levels. And just by deconstructing my junk, I've got up to crafting level 38. And there are things that you can craft, meaningful things, even with no crafting levels, okay? Now, for example, earlier this week, I crafted a feather falling ring. You can craft feather falling without any crafting levels. And that's really helpful. Just by dissolving items and turning it into essences, I got 17 essences, you get a little bit of crafting XP. Well, crunching my point is, yes, you're absolutely right, Patus. So crunching one piece of gear is just a little XP. But if you keep doing it, as I say all the time, for those of you who are trying to get into crafting, just over the course of a single life, just over the course of 1 to 30 life, if you deconstruct all of your junk loot, if you had no crafting levels at all, you'd get to like level 100. I showed that in the Northwind series. I deconstructed all my loot because I did that on another server, and I was selling my essences to build up my plat because I didn't have anything over there. And just just deconstructing all my junk loot, not even trying to build up my levels, I got to like level 97. And I just started deconstructing my junk loot just this past week on hardcore, and I'm already 38. And I'm going to see how much progress I can make today. I'm going to finish deconstructing my loot. So I wanted to do a segment about crafting here on hardcore because I think you guys are going to be surprised about how much progress you can make and the kinds of things that you can craft here on hardcore. So I'm going to finish deconstructing all of my junk loot. And so I just started, I didn't even start deconstructing my loot from the start. I really just started 3-4 days ago. Okay, so this progress that I've made up to level 38 is just over deconstructing junk loot over the last 3 or 4 days. So every time you deconstruct something, you make a little progress. Okay, but this is not how you want to level. This is not how to level quickly and efficiently. It was just saying you do get some levels out of doing this. And it's great to get your foundational levels out of the way. You know, because at first you're not going to have any collectibles to craft this stuff anyways. So it's not like you need to race to get a high level of crafting, you know, the day that you start playing on hardcore. Okay. So now I've made, just by deconstructing loot over the course of just the past few days, I got to Cannith crafting level 41. And as I said, there's some things like feather falling and some other non-scaling things that you can craft right away at level 1. You don't need any levels to do it. But I want to see how much progress we can make. So there's a couple things I want to do. First thing I want to do is this crafting tutorial here. So you're going to want to go to the crafting hall in House Kundrak, House K. Not the one in House C. Because only here at the crafting hall in House K can you do this tutorial. Okay? So he's like, okay, first, and he tells you exactly what you need to do. It's just like a 5-step program. It's super simple. It literally takes like 2 minutes to do. So the first thing he says, go buy some dissolvers and dust of disjunction. I already got it. It's in my bag. But you do need to take it. Oh, actually, it's in my bank. Dissolver, dust of disjunction. Make sure they're out of your bag. And he just wants, you know, you get these from the crafts trader over there. That person right there. They're super cheap. But I already had some, so I just pulled them out of the bank. So he's like, great. All right, take this -1 weak quarterstaff of slang and crunch it. So you go over here to the coffee grinder and you stick the quarterstaff and you dissolve it. Don't do this. If you disjunct it, you're going to mess up the tutorial and then you're not going to get the reward. You want to dissolve it. That's crunching it into essences. Now, he's going to want to see the essences in your inventory, not in your bag. So take your essences out. And he's like, great. Now go make a minimum level 1 shard. Here's 10 more essences. So you know, that's how much it costs. He wants to make sure you have enough to do it. So you just go over here to the bound device stage. Now, this is not the coffee grinder anymore. That's where you deconstruct and stuff. Okay. So he just wants you to make a level 1 shard. You can do that with no crafting levels. Like you start at crafting level 1, and that's just level 1. Boom. So you just click on minimum level 1 shard, craft. Make sure that it is out of your bag because he wants to see it. And he's like, great. You're not done yet. He's like, combine the dust of disjunction with this mace I'm going to give you. And he gives you this mace. And he wants you, this is how you strip an item. When you take an item and you want to prep it for crafting. Like let's say you find, you know, a cool set of bracers like this that have like a blue and green slot. And you're like, I want to be able to craft on that. You have to first strip it of all of its properties. But like metal types for weapons and armor and slots, for example, those persist even when you strip it. So he gives you this mace to just the tutorial of doing that. It's the dust of disjunction. Boom. That preps it for crafting. Now you can see it's like a crafting blank now. Cannith crafting minimum level slot. Okay, and then you go back. Now this next step you can actually skip because he's just going to tell you to add the minimum level shard to it. So you can just go ahead and do that if you want to. I'm just showing you that that's what he's telling you to do next. Okay, so then you go over to the third station here. This is all bound. There's a bunch of other stations over there. That's for unbound. Okay, and then there's the whole other side of the crafting hall, which just is a duplicate of this side. So each side has a coffee grinder. Each side has where you create the shards and then where you add the shards. And then there's the create shards and add the shards for unbound stuff as well. You need to be higher level to do that. And then this is where you buy materials from. So here's where you assemble the item. I'm going to put the mace and the minimum level 1 shard. There's the recipe. Boom. Now I have a minimum level 1 mace, which I can add a prefix and suffix to if I wanted to, but this is all he wants you to do. And then you're going to get a little reward. And look, I can get a greater crafting experience elixir. That's 75% extra crafting XP that lasts 30 minutes. That's what I want. You can also get 5 of these 25% success booster thingy dingies, which I farmed out for some of those last night. Because guess what? These rewards are bound to account. So you could, for example, make a brand new tune, run here, do this, move it, get the reward, move it over in your shared bank, and delete the tune. So, if you're working on your crafting levels, you at least want to do that. And you're going to want to get a whole bunch of those 5% or 25% booster thingy dingies. Okay? Now, I recommend that you actually get the 100% pot from the store and the 35% booster thingy dingies from the store, like if it's on your main server, because this is a one-time investment in your DDO future. But I don't want, and they're not that expensive, but I really don't want to spend points to level up my crafting on the hardcore server, so I'm just going to use the freebie stuff. It's still pretty good. So I'm going to create a new tune. Okay, I'm going to choose Expeditious Retreat and jump, just so I can run a little bit faster and jump. Temptation. And enter. Okay, look, I can do jump and Expeditious Retreat right away. Woot. Of course, I guess it's gonna go away as soon as I get to the grotto.
Shore of Flotsam. Memories of a large
skip the Korthos storyline.
Striking your ship come flooding back.
Make sure you choose skip the Korthos storyline if you're doing this, otherwise you're gonna have to go through the grotto.
Stepping out of the grotto, you find yourself in Korthos village. The Sahuagin have threatened this place for generations.
I'm just gonna...
Judging from how it looks now, the Sahuagin are winning. However, some hopeful souls still hold out for help to arrive.
And then leave the hut. It's a little faster than running, I suppose. Get on my high horse. And now I'm gonna run to the Cannith crafting hall. Or, excuse me, the Kundarak, the House K crafting hall. You cannot do this tutorial in the House Cannith crafting hall. It can only be done in the House Kundarak.
Tis the season of festival in Stormreach.
I'm just gonna do it this once or maybe one more time. So do the tutorial. He's like, this same tutorial that we just did. Okay. And he's just wants you to go buy some dissolver and dust of disjunction, but we already have that in our inventory or in our bank. So I'm just gonna grab it out of the bank and show it to him. Oh, not even 2,000 essences. Okay, so we're just gonna go through this thing again. We're going to crunch the quarterstaff. So we're going to see how much... I think I can craft level 100 shards. That's my goal anyways, but we'll see. After we get done doing this, we're going to go and we're going to level it up on the main tune. So he wants you to dissolve that. He wants to see the essences. So again, make sure you have the essences pulled out of your bag. And you're like, all right, go make a level 1 shard, blah, blah, blah. Actually, I never even tried to shortcut that one. I probably could have just went and made a level 1 shard. This level 1 shard. Again, this tune doesn't have any crafting levels, but I just got a crafting level just by crafting that. You don't need any crafting levels to do this. And now he's like, okay, go disjunct this. And now I'm going to combine the 2 steps. Okay, so, you know, last time we disjuncted it and went back and showed him. And he's like, okay, now add the shard. I'm just going to skip that step and just add the shard. You don't need to report back to him every time if you know what to do. So we're adding the shard. Boom. And now I'm going to go back to him and I'm going to get some of those success booster thingy dingies. Boom. Hell yeah. And then I'm going to slide those over in my shared bank. If you had to move any plat to this tune, because, you know, make sure, you know, if you're going to delete this tune right away, that you take everything that's important off of it. And then you just delete the tune. That's it. What'd that take us? Less than 5 minutes? And then you can keep doing that as many times as you want. You're only going to need like one of the potions. Okay? But I would recommend that if you, especially if you're on your main server, that you get you do this a whole bunch of times to get those success boosters. I would recommend that you can get 25 stacks of 35% boosters from the DDO store. They're not that expensive. I would recommend those. But if you're like, I'm broke as a joke and there's no way I can afford to spend, you know, a dime on the DDO store, okay, at least do what I'm showing you to do, which is get the free 25%ers and the free 75% potion. And I'm just going to do what I just did again and get 5 more of those boosters for free. Bound to account, move it over. You can sit there and do this all night and get as many as you want. But don't sit there and grind out a bunch of those potions, because you're not going to need them. We're just going to use one to get all the progress that we need.
Memories of a large white dragon striking your ship come flooding back.
Skip the Korthos storyline.
Stepping out
now
of the
we're going to make our way
you find yourself in Korthos
over to
village.
the House Kundrak crafting hall.
Threatened this place for generations.
These success boosters are going to be critical. That's why I'm doing this a couple times, even though I already did some last night. Because I just don't have that many essences, and I really need to leverage those essences. So giving that extra 25% chance of success is going to be huge in preserving as many of those essences, getting a maximum efficiency out of those essences. I do have videos on my YouTube channel about all of this. I have lots of Cannith crafting videos. Alright, give me a tutorial. I'm going to go get the stuff. I'm going to try to skip one of the steps that I've never tried to skip before to see if it'll work. Hey, it's Paydor. So I'm going to take the Dust of Disjunction, Dissolvers, and the Essences out. I'm going to go ahead and create the level 1 thing now, because I know he's going to ask me to do that. This guy's so predictable. Right now he's gonna want us to dissolve this. Remember to dissolve it, not disjunct. If you disjunct it, it will screw up the tutorial. Okay, already did that. Great, so I was able to just talk to him again and get the mace. Now I can skip a step again. Just by now I want to disjunct that, which preps it for crafting. Go over here to the item station, add the minimum level shard. I can just stick it in there and click on the recipe and it pulls the shard right out of my inventory. Craft. And bada bing, bada boom. Now I got 5 more of those 25% success boosters that are bound to account that I can move right over in the shared bank. So that's what you're going to want to do if you cannot afford or you do not want to get the stuff out of the DDO store. Again, I highly recommend that you get the stuff out of the DDO store, at least on your main server, because this is a one-time investment in your DDO future. It's not expensive. You can easily get the points just through favor grinding to get it, but you know, at least you do have this option if you just absolutely cannot get the stuff out of the store. All right, remember to move everything important over before you delete this tune. Temptation. And now the name Temptation is available on hardcore. All right, we're gonna go back to Voodoo. How much do you reel it? You need. Yeah, it's. Let's see. All right, I'm going. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn off DDO just for a moment. I don't like to pull the DDO store up on the stream because it shows your login name, and that's awful. Anyways, let's see. Crafting XP. Okay, so a 100% crafting pot, and you only need one, is 40 points. 40 store points when it's not on sale, and sometimes it goes on sale. You only need one. You don't need a bunch of them. One 100% crafting XP lasts 30 minutes. That's all you're going to need. 40 points. Okay, let's look at the success boosters. A stack of 35% boosters is 150. I would recommend getting 2 or 3 of those. So you're looking at 450. You're looking at about 500 points. 500 points. But that's a one-time investment because you only need one tune as a crafter because everything you craft is bound to account anyways. So you don't need to, it's not like you need to level up every tune or something. One tune can be your crafter and that's it. But if you're like, I do not want to spend those points, whatever, okay, I just showed you how to get stuff for free. Just by doing those tutorials, you can make a tune, do the tutorial, get the thingy dingy, move it over, yada, 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 and repeat as many times as you want until you hate life. Okay, so let's get the essences out. We're going to get the success boosters out, but I have more success boosters over here in the shared crafting storage. Right there. Okay, so now we're going to see how much progress we can make on hardcore. I've got 2,100 essences, and we're going to do, you know, an abbreviated version of how to level quickly and efficiently. And the way that you do that is by crafting minimum level shards. Okay, let's see. I don't know if I'm going to look at the unbound. I don't know if I can craft any unbound stuff yet. Oh, I can. Okay, so that's 3%. You're going to want to look for the lowest percent. This is the part that's not intuitive. We're looking for the lowest percent possible. I got a 3%er there, so I'm just going to go for that. They were both 3%. But if you don't have a super low percent anywhere, then or here, then you're going to want to check the other one and vice versa. All right, so I'm going to take my success boosters, which probably went into my bag. Yes. And now instead of having a 3% chance to craft that, I'm going to stick my success boosters there. Now I have a 28% chance of success. Now you're going to want to make sure that you increase the range here. The reason why is because as soon as you level up to a point where you can craft the next shard, if you leave it at the default, it won't show the next ones because that default is not going to change dynamically. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to change automatically until you close it and reopen it. So just set the level range higher, showing shards that you can't craft, so that as soon as you get to a point where you can craft the next one, you can see that. Whereas if I just had opened this, it's only showing 1 to 70 because it's detecting that's all I can do. And I might, sit there and grind that out, and it's not going to show the next one I can do because it's set to 70. So set this higher up so you'll be able to see as soon as this level 8 shard or whatever comes open, I want to be able to try that because I want the lowest percentage. Why do you want the lowest percentage? And again, this is the part that's counterintuitive. Look at the XP payout. 2,094 compared to this one where I have a 36% chance, only 164. 70% chance, only 71. If you run the numbers, you're way better off failing a few times to try to get a success there because the payout is so disproportionately large. And that's why you need these success boosters so you can have a much better chance at that. So now instead of having a 3% chance, I've got a 28% chance, a little bit better than a 1 in 4. Hell yeah. So now I'm going to drink my XP pot, giving me 75% extra crafting XP that I got for free from the tutorial. I'm going to open up my crafting levels, and now I'm going to try to hit it. This is the part that's like playing the slots. You're like, come on, Voodoo needs a new pair of shoes. Cha-ching! Craft. And I failed. Craft. And I got a success, and I just went to level 85, guys. In one success. What was I, level 40? I went to 85 in one success. And that cost me a grand total of what? I failed once, so I lost 70 essences. And the second time I got it, that was 70 more. 140 essences, I went from 140 to 85. Or from 40 to 85. And this is why I keep telling you guys, I have that video that says you can go to level 300 in less than 30 minutes. It's not an exaggeration. This is how you do it. You just got to go for those uber low percentages. Okay, so there's 16%. I want lower than that. I want a 3%er. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. I know, right? I need to know how to do that too. Okay, it looks like there's no 3%ers. So I'm going to have to do a 16%er. That's fine. You want to go for that super low percentage because that's where the biggest payoff is. Remember to set your level up so you can see the ones you can't craft because you want to be able to see those immediately. So remember, I was just crafting minimum level 7 shards. I got so much XP out of it, it just bumped me up to level 11 shards. Okay, so again, I'm going to make sure my success booster thingy dingies are in there. Now instead of 16% chance... Why is this acting so wonky? Oh, it's DDO. I have a 41% chance. Hell yeah. That's better than a 2 in 5. Oh, we're doing math here. Fariel would be so proud. Okay. Craft. Boom, first try. I'm level 92 now. Woohoo! On hardcore, I'm level 92. Wait till you see what we can craft. Wait till you see what we can craft. It's going to be crazy and amazing. Okay, so here we have 6% chance to craft that. I'm just going to double check over here. I'm really trying to leverage. Hey, it is Fariel. She was lurking. Fariel's a math teacher. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so the lowest percentage we have right now is 6. And then you remember, you want to always go for the lowest percent. Don't forget to put your crafting success boosters in there. Now I have 31% chance. Hey, that's almost a 1 in 3. I not only did math, but I did it correctly. That's important with math. You not only want to do it, but you want to do it correctly. Magic Bean Soup, good morning and welcome. I want to know how to translate it into real life, I'm telling you. You know, if I was as good at real life as I was at DDO, man, I'd be rich. You know, I'd have like all these past lives. I'd be able to craft all kinds of stuff in real life. If only I could apply myself in real life like I apply myself in DDO. All right. Look, kids, don't let this happen to you. All right, so 6% chance. I got my success booster in there. Come on. Uncle Voodoo needs a new pair of shoes. Oh, I failed. Who cares? Because as soon as I get a success and I got almost a 1 in 3, I'm going to get 3,000 XP. Boom. Got it. 106. See how easy this is, folks? Now, oh, I got 20% over here. Let's see what's over there. What's the lowest percent chance? 20 there too. Okay, so it's the same. Sometimes they're different. They've been the same when we've been looking today, but sometimes they're different. Maybe that's when you get a little bit higher level. It is so much fun. I'm telling you, it's playing this like playing the slots, and it's so much fun that when you get to where you want to be, which about 275 is all you need to be on your main server, or don't go to 275 on hardcore, at least not right away. You probably could do it, but you're going to need to, you know, for those of you doing like multiple lives on hardcore can do it, but you know, if you're just doing like one life, you're probably not going to get there. But on your main server, you want to get to about 275. You're going to be able to craft everything for yourself at that point. And when you get there and you're like, oh, it's over now. You know, I was having so much fun playing the slot machines here in the Cannith Crafting Hall. I'm telling you, it's awesome. Okay, I'm going to put my success boosters in there. Again, I'm going to open up the range. Going for that lowest percentage. Look, I started with 2,100 essences. I still have 1,700 essences. And I went from level 40 to 106 already. Okay, now I'm going to click that. 20% chance. I'm going to get 1,100 XP. I almost have a 50% chance. 45. I failed once. Failed again. Hey, that time I got it. I'm 110 now. Woohoo! All right. 33% chance. I don't like that. That's way too high. I want something much lower than that. Let's just check over here. Yeah, it looks like 33 is the lowest chances here as well, unfortunately. Yep, okay, so I'm going to have to get a hit on that before I can open up the next one. No problem. Put my success boosters in there, and now my 33% chance just went up to a 58. Hey, that's better than a 1 and 2. All right. Craft. Bam! Now I'm level 112. And that should open up the next one, 6%. Hell yeah. I have a 31% chance to hit that 6%er because I got those success booster thingy-dingies. Craft me, baby. I failed. That's okay, because I'm going to get a giant payout when I get a success. Failed. That's okay. Hit it again. Failed. Sometimes you're going to get bad luck. Bam. Now I'm level 122. Okay. And I kind of want to stop here and just save my essences. But I'm going to keep going a little bit more. 6% chance. I feel pretty good about that. It's 150 per attempt. 31% chance. Boom. I failed. Boom. I failed. Boom. I failed. And, Voodoo needs a new pair of shoes. Oh, this is awful. Terrible rolls. And I just wasted a bunch of essences. Okay, we got to 122. Almost my age now. That sucked. Oh, I had such a good chance, too. And now I'm down to 112 essences. I know I can get another essence. I can crunch that stupid mace. Where's my thingy-dingies? But that's just one essence. Okay, these things need to be in my shared crafting storage. It'll pull them out of the shared crafting storage. Okay, now I'm going to need to work on getting some more essences because I cannot craft the things that I want to craft with 112 essences. Okay. See, I got greedy. I got greedy. The gambling addiction set in. Because if I hadn't gotten greedy on that last attempt, I could have had enough to put food on the table. Now I can't put food on the table. Now I'm going to come home late from work. The kids are going to be crying. There's no food on the table. I'm going to put all this stuff in my shared bank. Actually, just in case you didn't know, your tome pages can go in your shared crafting storage. Bada bing, bada boom. Hey, look at that. And you know what else can go in your shared crafting storage? Your tapestries. Throw out that tapestry bag, and boom, your tapestries can go in your shared crafting storage as well, as can augments. Haha! Well, what I'm going to do first before I start begging for essences, I'm just going to go over here to the auctioneer, and I'm going to see if I can find any cheap stuff. Let's do 15 to 30, search, sort by buyout. Because I can buy some cheap stuff. I won't get that many essences out of this. Oh, there's not a lot of cheap stuff. Oh, man. Alright, let's search 10 to 14. Hey, that's 400. I'll buy that for $1. And that's 400. I'll buy that. And that's 400. I'll buy that. And that's 400. I'll buy that. Oh, no, I won't. That's a wand. I can't crunch that. That's 400. I'll buy that. That's 700. I'll buy that. That's 900. I'll buy that. And sure, we'll buy that for 1,000. And now I got some junk to crunch. Maybe this will give me enough essences to actually do something with. I overcharged my bank account. I maxed out the withdrawal limit on the ATM. I got addicted to Cannith crafting gambling. But we made good progress. This is actually more progress than I was even hoping for. You know, I was just hoping to get like to around 75, but we blasted past that, right? So I came out ahead. Yeah, we're not getting that many for this, but maybe this will be enough to put us in a decent place. Be able to craft something. But I want to show you that you're going to be able to craft some really cool things here on Hardcore. And remember those essences that I got? I'm here on Hardcore. Oh, that's a travesty to destroy search and open lock goggles. But I'm doing it. Alright, how many essences do I have? 86. I got some of the shared bank. Oh, I can crunch these. All these minimum level shards that I crafted, I can actually crunch those. So I'm going to get some essences back out of them. You don't get that many, but... actually, I might want to keep some of those. I definitely don't want the minimum level 7 stuff. So there's my level 7 shard. I can crunch that. And I get 7 essences out of it. A level 11, 12, 13, 14. Ooh. Eek. I guess I probably should do... I can get rid of my 11, 12... Alright, let's hold on to those for now. 112 essences there. I have 205 essences now to play with. But I already have my minimum level shards. So let's see what we can do. So the first thing I want to do is I want to craft onto these bracers. I found for pretty good price bracers with a blue and green slot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to craft resistance onto them. And I have notes here. Let's see. Bracers I want to do. Oh no, strength and dodge. Where was I going to do resistance? Oh, I was going to slot it on there. That's right. I'm going to do strength and dodge bracers. Okay, so check this out. Come over here and look at this. Dodge. You only have to be Cannith crafting level 50 to craft a dodge or a dodge shard. And we just showed you, I got to 122. Bada bing, bada boom. Dodge bonus shard. Hell yeah. Okay. And I said I wanted to do strength. Because I just don't want to run around slowly, you know, getting encumbered and all that. Oh no, I don't have 5 amulets of the 6. Damn it, Jim. I thought I checked last night to make sure I had all this stuff, but I guess I forgot to check that. Do I have any amulets of the 6? I have 1. All right. So what do we do? Panic? Nope. I mean, you could. It won't help. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the Cannith Crafting Planner. I'm going to bring that up on the main screen. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, and I'm going to say, let's just say level 13. That's the level I am. And we're going to do, we said we want to do bracers. We said we wanted to do strength. We want to do dodge. There's just not anything else here that I really want that I can do. Like, I would have done protection, but that's level 225. So I'm not going to be able to do that. Resistance, I'm going to slot. I actually could craft resistance, but I'm going to slot it instead. But resistance 6 is pretty damn good, actually. I think ooh, wow, maybe I should just slot strength instead and go for the resistance 6. So resistance and dodge. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to slot strength instead. Especially since I don't have the ability to craft. And resistance 6 will carry me through the rest of the game. Yeah. All right. So do I have can I craft a resistance shard? Resistance shard. Fragrant drowse hoods and romantic sonnets. Damn it, Jim. I know I have that stuff. I've got 10 of them. I need 15. So we said we want to do resistance and dodge. So I already crafted the dodge. I was gonna do strength, but I decided to do resistance instead. I can just slot strength. That'll be easier to slot anyways. But resistance would have been easier to swap out because resistance is an augment that I get from Giant Hole. But see, the level 12 resistance augment is resistance 5, and you don't go to resistance 6 till 16. But I can get resistance 6 now by crafting it. So yeah. So I need 5 more romantic sonnets. Does anybody have 5 romantic sonnets? I'd be happy to trade you something else for them. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go farm them. How will I know where to farm them? Well, let me show you. Remember, don't panic. This is another thing that every time I show it, there's always somebody who didn't know it. Okay, so this says I need 15. It says I need to be Cannith crafting level 100 to do this resistance shard. Why, thank you, Nixie. That's Kalari, right? It says I need 15 romantic sonnets and 5 fragrant drowse hoods. Look at this. You just hover over the ingredient and it tells you exactly where to get it. It says to farm romantic sonnets, go to Church in the Cult, Heroic Elite, or Heroic Normal, Tomb of the Unhallowed, or Heroic Casual, Grim and Barrett, or Heroic Casual, Lords of Dust, Heroic Casual, Eyes of Stone, or Heroic Casual, Mask of Deception. It shows you right where to farm it out. You know, so you just pick whatever one you like. Okay, so now we are going to use that to craft... I can demonstrate something here. Watch this. So we were going to craft a resistance shard. Right? And that was just resistance shard. But wait a minute. It needs 15 romantic sonnets. I already had 10. I just got 10 more. Why is it showing that I don't have them? This is the nuance that we were talking about this yesterday on the live stream. How if you don't... Like, if you have some on you, but it's not enough, it won't then pull from the crafting storage, okay? So I had 10 romantic sonnets in here, and I have 10 here. Neither, but since I have them on me, it's not wanting to pull from there. So they either need to be, in one location or the other. Where are those romantic sonnets that I just got? Oh, they're in there. They're in the red bag, not the green bag. Derp-a-derp. So we'll put them in there, and now that they're all in the crafting storage... What's going to happen is it's going to recognize that. Again, resistance. Make sure you choose the right one because there's spell resistance, illusion resistance, enchantment resistance, negative, all that stuff. I just want resistance shard. And now it worked. Great. Okay. So now I can take my double-slotted bracers that I found for a good deal. I got a good deal on it, Sound just like Kaitang Feruza. Let's stick my bracers over there. I'm going to put my minimum level 13 shard on it first. Boom. I already crafted that when we were leveling up. Craft. And then I'm going to put my dodge and my resistance shard on it. Resistance... Boom. Dodge. Boom. Look what I just crafted on hardcore. Dodge 7, resistance 6 bracers. Is that badass or what? With 2 slots on it. And once I get enough Cannith favor, I can add another slot on there. Yeah. That's what you can do on hardcore, folks. And what did that cost me? Like 1,500 essences to do that? And I had to go run that tutorial a few times. Now guess what? I'm going to slot up that blue and green slot with some cool stuff. You know what? Hell yeah. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put protection in there. I'm going to go get me a protection augment. I'm going to put that in there. And then in the other slot, I'm going to put like something else cool. I don't know what. I already have Diamond of Strength. But what I want to do is I was going to slot Strength somewhere else. Because I want to put my Death Block augment here. So that just shows you. And I'm about to go make a Ring of Feather Falling and False Life next. I need more essences to do that. But check it out. I think I have the things to craft the shards. You know what I'm saying? So look, feather, you can craft this at level 1. It's a level 1 shard. Like with nothing, you can craft that. I mean, you're going to need these little rinky-dinky, collectibles, but those are easily farmable. Boom, feather falling shard. And then false life. False life shard. I have enough for that too. Hell yeah. So now... check it out. I got a feather falling shard and a false life shard. So I'm going to recraft my ring here. Because I just had feather falling on it before. So I'm going to do... make sure I have the level... do I have level 13? Another level 13 shard. Already made from when we were leveling? Yes, I do. Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to go here. And now I'm going to prep this for crafting. That ring that I just had right here. Watch. I'm going to disjunct it because I want to recraft it. I hit disjunct. Don't dissolve it. That'll destroy it. That'd be terrifying. Disjunct it. Boom. It wipes it clean of everything that was crafted on there. But notice that the augment slots persist. So my Diamond of Constitution, my Sapphire Defense is still there. Okay. So now it's re-prepped for make a crafting blank out of it. I'm going to stick it over here. Oops. Wrong device. Stick it over here. I'm going to put my minimum level 13 shard on there. Because I'm 13. Craft. Bada bing, bada boom. Guess what? Now I'm going to put my false life shard on there. Boom. Cacao. Guess what? Now I'm going to put my feather falling augment on there. Boom. Cacao. Guess what? I have a feather falling ring of false life 26 with a diamond of constitution 6 and a sapphire defense 16. That's PRR and MRR 16 that I just made on hardcore. Winning. You can too. Alright, so we're going to do it right now, guys. We're going to make that cloak right meow. I do have a double slotted cloak that I found on hardcore. I think I just pulled it out of like the pawn shop. Look at that. Alright, so first I'm going to go to the coffee grinder here. I'm going to get rid of these shards. These, I don't need them. Because I just made these for leveling purposes. Alright, now I'm going to take my double slotted cloak and I'm going to disjunct it. Not dissolve it, that destroys it and give me essences. I'm going to disjunct it, that's going to wipe it clean, but slots persist. And if it's a weapon or armor, metal type also persists as well. So if you have like a flame-touched longsword with a couple slots on it, flame-touched and the couple slots will persist through this. And that's your crafting blank. Does making the cloak leveled? Yeah, it does change. Its power level 13 was the next. And if you look on the crafting planner, it says that right there. See, power range 13 through 16, power range 13 through 14. So if I had done this at level 12, it would just be spell save 5 and intimidate 14. So yes, going from 12 to 13 is preferable. So since I'm level 13, that's what I want to do. All right, so I just prepped my cloak for crafting. And now I'm going to craft a level 13 shard, which I can easily do. Ooh, I only have a 76% chance to craft it. Do I want to take that chance on failure? Guess what? I have all those success boosters. Might as well use them because, I mean, we had leftovers from when we were leveling up. Booster. I had 13 extras. I didn't think I'd have that many extras. So I'm going to get our success boosters out. And we got those for free just by doing that tutorial. Showed that in the last segment. So we're going to craft our level 13 shard, which we, 13 shard, which is 76% chance. I take my plus 25% success boosters, I stick them in here. Boom. Now I got a 100% chance to craft my level 13 shard. Craft. Hell yeah. Now I want to craft an intimidate shard, which is a level 1. Boom. I've got the deadly fever blanches. I've got the kobold prayer beads. And I've got 10 Cannith essences. Craft. And now I'm going to make spell save. Hell yeah, saves are so important. And this is stacking. A lot of people don't know that. I farmed out the intact spore pods last night. And I already had the amulets of the Lost Empire. Craft. Level 100, no problem, because we got the level 122. Now we're 123 because of what we just crafted. Now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to take my cloak. I'm going to stick it over there. And I can either manually pull those shards out of my bag, or I can just, do this. Let's see, like, what? Wait, what? Oh, the reason why it's not recognizing it because I didn't put the shard on there yet. So I'm going to put the minimum level 13 shard on there first. Now I can write and there it is. Boom. And the other thing was spell save. Boom. Look what I just made on hardcore. Spell save 6, intimidate 15 with 2 slots. Come to daddy. That's awesome. Now, here's what a lot of people don't realize. Spell saves stacks with resistance. Yeah. I mean, you're like, wait a minute. That says a resistance bonus to saves, and that says a resistance bonus to... You're wrong, Voodoo, because they're both the same type. Sucka. No. Here's why. They actually do stack, and here's why. And this is something I didn't know in the early days, because generally speaking, like in Dungeons & Dragons and DDO, if it's the same bonus type, they don't stack. So in this case, your resistance plus 6 is a resistance bonus, and over here, the spell saves is a resistance bonus. So why do they stack? Here's why they stack. Because they're resistance bonus to different stats. Spell saves, or save versus spells, is a different stat than fortitude, fortitude, reflex, and will saves. That's why they stack. It's the same type of bonus, but it's to a different stat. It's kind of like how universal spell power stacks with potency. Even though they're both types of spell power, they stack because universal spell power is a different stat than potency. Get it? It's the same kind of thing. So I'm going to have plus 6. With resistance plus 6, that gives me plus 6 to all my fortitude, reflex, and will saves. But if it's an incoming spell, it's 6 more on top of that. So I've got mega saves versus spells right now. 6 plus 6, 12. An incoming spell, and I've got 12 against it. Well, it's actually more than that. Look at my saves. And that doesn't even count the spell saves. That's just the straight saves. If you go to your plus, let's see, saving throws, it shows you save versus spells. I got 6 more. Save versus enchantment, 1 more. Save versus disease, 2 more. Save versus poison, 2 more. Save versus... Oh, that's all of it. So I just crafted that on hardcore. That on hardcore. And that on hardcore just today. Is that badassery or what? And you can too. I showed you in the last segment. It didn't take me long. You know, take a few days to dissolve all your junk loot, build up some essences. You know, you don't need to get to level 300 on hardcore. Shit, you just get to 70. You get to 75, and with your 25% boosters, that's all you get. Now you can craft your level 100 shards. You get to level 75, which you could do just with a couple successes. And your 25% boosters will bridge the gap from 75 to 100. You probably want to go a little bit further than that, depending on what level you are. Like, I was able to get high enough so I could craft minimum level 13 shards, which is pretty cool. My goal today was just to be able to craft level 10 shards. I got a little past that, so that was pretty cool. Anyways, I wanted to show you guys like how you can do some really awesome crafting on hardcore without a lot of resources. You know what? And I can't emphasize enough, like, I want to see you guys on the main servers, you know, get your level and crafting leveling up, because you can Cannith craft some really awesome things. I have videos that explain the whole system. This was just a quick, like, showing you how it worked on, you know, how far you can get and how you can make some really cool things, even on the hardcore server. You know what I'm saying? So on your main server, you can go even further. Go crazy. Hell yeah.